I look like a weirdo because I'm like this the whole time during the podcast. And
But you like chop it. Like,
of course.
I see where you cut.
When it blurs out, I chop it.
Yeah.
If it blurs out and we're talking, I'll improvise and put something. So, like, for example, I put Talissa's photos.
Yeah.
And whatever. And oh, sorry. Hold on. Let's start the podcast already.
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah.
So, what episode are we on? We're on episode 6. I think we're on episode 6.
That's my favorite number. That's what's up.
All right, perfect. It's like a Star Wars saga or something. But today I'm here with so far a really dope person. Now, we never interacted at all.
Never.
We barely know anything about each other, and then the way I got to know you is through Talissa.
Yeah.
Because Talissa talked about how great of a person you are and how good her friends are, and you know, I want to thank you because when I wasn't there for Talissa and being a dickhead to her, because I don't know if you saw the whole. You did.
Yeah, I saw the whole thing.
There was a time where Talissa, she had feelings for me, or she liked me, or she wanted to hang out, and I would just deny. But when I wasn't present, you guys were.
Yeah.
So people like Talissa, she goes through a lot.
Yeah, she definitely does.
And she's a hard worker.
And she's a great person, like hands down. Like you're not gonna find a lot of people like that.
Yeah, and you need friends like that, like people like you and her. Like you need people like that in your life. So, I'm pretty sure no one else is gonna thank you, but thank you for like spending time with her when I wasn't there. And like, even though I still don't spend time with her a lot because she's super busy. Like,
yeah, no, she is like the hardest worker I know. Like from 9 to 11, like she's just busy. Like.
And how did you get to meet and know her?
So, I don't know if you know who Awful is.
Awful. I think I think I seen it on Instagram. You guys talked about
he's
him.
like a homeboy of mine that passed away in like the beginning of 2020.
Is that the person you have around your chain?
Yeah, that's who I have around my neck. Awful's World.
Mm-hmm.
But basically like she was part of the crew that were friends with him, and like I wasn't really close to her till like after he passed, because that's when I like started like hanging out more with people that he was friendly with, because I was with him 24/7 and all that stuff. And then I met her, and she was just like a really good person. She was there for me. Like this girl gave me her phone when I lost my phone, and she gave me her phone for 3 months.
Jesus.
Yeah, like she trusted me with her phone for 3 months. Like she's always helping me out. Like if I need bread, like she's always there for me. Like she's always busting missions for me. So it's like I'm so glad that like she's in my life. So like I just met her through like that whole scene, like in the studio and stuff. Like I would just see her, but I wasn't like, because I'm the type of person that's like, when I first meet you, like I'm really big on protecting energy. So it's like I'm not as friendly. I don't come off as friendly. And it's not my intention to not come off friendly. It's just like me protecting my energy. And
is that just from your past experience with other people?
Yeah, definitely.
You trusted.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it happens. It happens to all of us, but thankfully, I mean now you're good now, and you're around actual good people.
Yeah. I have my circle's like so fucking closed up. It's like a fucking tight like.
Yeah, I know how you feel. I feel the same way because in high school. I remember when people told me that, oh, your whole crew is gonna leave you after high school and whatever, and your friends are gonna be around.
Yeah.
And I remember when I created this group called The Boys, and I was doing all these parties. It was sort of a way to have people, my friends from school, come together and hang out and be together still. But after finding out that all these people are like pedophiles and abusers, and they're
it's crazy.
awful in relationships, and they cheat on this person, and they do this behind my back, and when I figured all that out, it's good that I disbanded that group and that I have actually good new friends now.
Yeah.
And even now, after I disbanded that group, there was people I was hanging out with that were still bad people. Thankfully, it wasn't like a whole group, or it wasn't like a whole bunch of people.
Yeah.
And plus, I was wasting so much money.
But that needs to happen. Like I've noticed as I get older, like you cut people out of your circle that are like not a good influence on you, or like they're like I was for a minute around a lot of like drug addicts and like people that weren't doing shit with their life and shit like that. So
yeah. And how long was that going on for until you decided, okay, like
that was all of 2019, 2020, and then I was just like, I need to separate myself from this, because like I was falling into that world too, like I'm not completely sober, but it's like I don't want to fucking be like barred out all the time or like always just fucking.
Cause for me, I think it's fine for you to do drugs. It's just that I feel like people
There's a
overdo it.
limit, yeah. Don't overdo it.
Yeah, like for me, I'm always gonna be weed,
Yeah,
alcohol all the time. I'm always gonna do that. But you know, when you hear about these stories about, especially during the era of Lil Pump and Smoke Perp and all these fine artists. I'm not
yeah,
gonna say great. I'm not gonna say good. All these
yeah.
fine
Fine
artists.
artist.
You know, during that time, drugs were a really big thing. Which drugs? All of them.
Yeah,
All of them.
everybody was like popping perks, drinking
Yeah,
lean.
all brand new artists.
Yeah,
Not you didn't even have to be an artist. You just looked like one, and you just did all that.
exactly. The whole
And
SoundCloud era.
yeah, and to me, it just wasn't worth it. I don't know. At first, I thought artists did it so they could have like a way of rapping better and making music better.
Yeah,
Like if you look at Lil Wayne, he would sip lean or he would smoke a blunt in the studio
yeah.
so he
He's
could
the
rap
GOAT,
better.
bro. Like,
Yeah, and so I'm guessing I don't know who started it or who was making it trendy. Maybe it was Lil Wayne,
yeah.
but all these artists were doing the same thing, hoping to get that same mix to make a hit record to make
Yeah.
money off of
But
it.
it's doesn't work out the same for everybody because I've been to the studio and people got so fucked up that they like can't even get a verse out, and I'm like, bro, we just spent like $200 on like 4 hours of recording and you didn't even finish the song because you're so fucked up. Like,
And these are rappers that you're hanging out with, or there's like different type of artists.
when I used to go to the studio more, it was like we were all rappers. Like, it was like Awful, some guy named Sip, like Chucky, like a bunch of people that I used to hang around with, and it's like some of them would get so fucking like messed up that they couldn't even get a verse out. We were in the studio for 4 hours, never even finished the song.
And for this gentleman, Awful, I don't know anything about him.
Yeah.
I see about him, I hear about him from you and Talissa all the time.
Yeah.
But I just want to know more about what type of person he was, what type of artist he was, and
Yeah.
I don't really want to get into how he passed away. I just know he did.
Yeah.
I know it was a really big deal.
Yeah.
But I just want to know more about him. If you could like,
Yeah,
just
no,
tell me about
definitely.
your relationship with him.
Yeah, that was like my little brother. Like, let me tell you, like, this kid was talented. Like, it wasn't just rap he could do. He could like sing a Nirvana type song. Like, he could do screamo. He did all types of stuff. Like, if you go to his SoundCloud, like, you're gonna see all his like different like genres. He did like, you know, NASCAR Aloe. I don't know if you ever heard of him, but he's like a punk rapper, so it's like screaming rap.
Mm-hmm.
He did that type of shit. He did a song called Peach Smoothie, and it was like a love song, like an R&B song. So he was like super versatile. And like we were like this, we were always together. Like the last couple months of his life, like we didn't leave each other's side. Like we were always together. If it wasn't at the studio, it was at the crib, or it was at a homeboy's house, or like this trap house we used to hang out with. Like, so I mean, the kid really had so much potential, and it's sad that he had to die so tragically and so young, because I knew that he was gonna blow up. Like, I knew for a fact he was gonna blow up.
How old was he when he passed away?
He was 19.
Jesus,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
How old's my cousin Justin? Yeah, my cousin's 19.
And he died due to drugs, just like I said. Like, he OD'd, like, and it was like, it's sad because it's like that's like it's like Little Peep and like Juice World, like all these people, they OD, and it's like they had so much potential and they had so much more to do, like, and it's sad to see that.
But why do you think, from your perspective, since you know someone that went through that and passed away the same way, why do you think that is?
I think
Something
it's a
that
lot of
happens.
depression. Like, he was doing better the more time he spent with me, because like I was trying to get him off the drugs like so much, because like I'm not gonna lie, I was off the drugs too, but like have really strong willpower, so I know when enough is enough, you know.
Right.
He wasn't like that so much, so like he was just a sad kid. Like, he went through a lot of shit with his dad, and like all that shit, all that trauma fucks you up. And he just like didn't want to feel like when he was sober, he didn't want to feel that. So it's like we were always off the drugs to like I guess, fulfill happiness.
Right.
But it wasn't like really doing the job.
When he was making music, did drugs influence him to make certain songs, or did he have to go back to the past to make a certain song sound a certain way? Or
So the way he would just record based off what he was feeling that day. Like, it was like, okay, let's find the beat. And he could freestyle for 45 minutes straight, like, and a good freestyle, not rapping no cat in the hat shit, like really rapping. And like, he wouldn't have to get like all fucked up or anything, but like, he would like to smoke before, or like whatever we used to do, Thusi. Like, I don't know if you know what that is.
of course not. No, I'm a little boy when it comes to drugs.
Yeah. So Thusi is like a ketamine based drug.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like we would be off of that shit, and he would just go wild in the studio. Like, if he was doing some screamo shit, it was like he was putting his all into it. Like, he was just so talented. Like, definitely everyone has to check out his SoundCloud.
Was it SoundCloud? It's only on SoundCloud?
It's on SoundCloud. It's on different platforms too. It's under Killawful, like, all together. And
Got you.
his SoundCloud is like soundcloud.com/Killawful. And then he, like, I'm telling you, like, so many genres of music that he could touch, and he would do great at all of them.
You make sure you send me a link to that so I could put it in the description below.
Definitely.
That way other people could see that.
Yeah, definitely.
Because, it's sad to say that, he won't be making any more music, but at least, like, there could be some type of...
We have a bunch of his unreleased stuff, because me and his the girl he was with when he was still alive, like, that's my best friend. So we have a bunch of his unreleased stuff, and every now and again, like, we'll drop something, but we're very, like, careful with it, because we kind of don't want to, like,
overdo it like they did with
X. Yeah,
that's like my top 3 right there, because it's Eminem, X, Billie Eilish. That's it.
I feel you. X was actually one of my homeboys, so, like, when he passed away too, that was, like, really rough for me.
Yeah, that was on it was July he passed away.
And June 18th.
June.
Yeah.
It was June, so I was close. But yeah, I was coming back from work in Aventura Mall. That's where I was just at now. I was buying Lego flowers for this girl. I got you, Christina. But I was driving home from work, and I think it was on Instagram.
Yeah.
Or I got a message in a group chat, and I remember I pulled over in a gas station and I looked it up, because your favorite artist, when your favorite artist passes away, you're like, this is bullshit. And then
at first it was like, oh, he got shot, and I was like, okay, he's gonna be fine.
Yeah, because then they're like, he's got rushed to the hospital, he's in urgent care, he's in caution, he's in like the most urgent care as possible. And then looking at it now, when you look at like the news reports, it's like, yeah, he died instantly.
Yeah.
And it's just bullshit, because the way he passed away is because some guy wanted a fucking bag of $10,000.
Yeah.
And then he got sent to jail. When he got sent to jail, I think like a year or two later, he made a statement saying he wants to get out to see his daughter. It's like, bro, fuck you.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, people who killed Tupac or Biggie or any artist or any person that's successful, rot, bro. Because, like, why would you do that? Because there's so much violence going on. Bro, like, one of the big topics that I didn't make a post about it, or I don't like talking about it, because when you talk about negative stuff, it just tends to just blow up. But, what was it? The Texas shooting that happened recently?
Yeah.
When the Sandy Hook incident happened, this was about, I think 4 or 5 years ago, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
2,500 and something shootings happened after that. If you look at every other country, the record for other countries is like 4.
Yeah, I'm like, I was talking about today, like, how desensitized I am to, like, a mass shooting. Like, I hear about it, and it's like, it doesn't even make me sad, which is sad, because it's become so normal now. Like,
and it's sad, because when things like that happen, they either get swept under the rug, or unless like an incident like the George Floyd incident that happened only 2 years ago, right, caused a whole movement. Now, it's just it's just crazy. Like, and I understand, because you can't have such a big movement with everything,
Yeah.
because there's always a debate and there's always a problem with something or some community or something going on in America.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, and I talked to my best friend's mom, because she's an elementary school teacher, and there was a bill that was about to be passed about having gun rights and how teachers should have guns. And, you know, I told her, I'm like, you know, Miss Reed, like, how do you feel about having a gun? And she's like, I teach third grade. And what would it be like if I had to shoot and kill someone in front of my kids?
Yeah.
And I'm like, trauma.
Yeah.
Like, trauma versus your kids dying in front of you.
I mean, I feel like kids are traumatized now, because I remember when we were younger, we would have like tornado warning type shit where you were going.
Yes.
Now they're training to like, okay, if a school shooter
it's
comes
so
in,
much worse now.
Yeah, like
you
now
know?
they're training for like, okay, you gotta hide and barricade, and like that never happened when I was in school. Like
I would love to have someone that I'm gonna try to get someone that she's graduating this year. And I just want to know what school's like for her.
Yeah.
Even though I think she goes to HML. I just want to see if there's any difference in what it's like in high school, at least.
Yeah.
To go through that, because dude, it's a big deal. It's a big fucking deal. Because first of all, like, if you look, there's so many weirdos. Like, yeah, you could say there's weirdos in Florida, California, Alabama, all these weird places, right? But it's just like, what intentions do you have of shooting up a grocery store filled with black people?
Bro,
or
that one shook me, because I was like, yo, he looks like he's playing Call of Duty right now, like straight up.
Yeah, when I saw the fact that they had video that he filmed it live.
It was on Twitch, right?
I have no idea.
Yeah, it was on Twitch, and it was like 7 minutes until finally the Twitch moderators like cut it off.
7 minutes.
7 minutes.
7 minutes. I saw the 1 minute and 15-second video on Twitter, which is just awful. It's just you see how quick everything just happens and spirals out of control. I swore it was
fake at first. Like, someone was showing it to me, and I'm like, "Who's playing Call of Duty?" Like,
and then the fact that this man, he went to jail. He got taken alive into custody alive.
Yeah.
But you see all these people of a different culture or a different race getting shot at because of the way they look. It's a lot of bullshit. I honestly
feel like anybody that does mass shooting, like, since Florida is a state for, like, we can have capital murder, I'm like, immediately death penalty. Like, if you do a mass shooting, I think you should immediately get the death penalty.
Listen, man, there's nothing wrong with the death penalty.
We
should bring it back. It should be a public death penalty. Listen, back in Roman times, all right, there used to be public hangings, public mutilation, public, pulling people apart with the horses. So many different things of public death.
Yeah.
We can just bring that back. You're telling me people like Ted Bundy deserve to live? The clown that killed all those children and put them in a basement deserve to live? No, they all deserve the death penalty. Just bring it back. There's nothing wrong with bringing it back. What's gonna happen?
Yeah.
You're gonna traumatize the kids, bro. The kids are gonna die because of this man or this murderer. You know,
it's like the death penalty is like, okay, it's the easy way out for them, but then sometimes I'm like, damn, they should rot in jail and like suffer and be in solitary confinement for the rest of their life, because that when you're in solitary confinement, you're in there for 23 hours a day. You're only out of that box for an hour a day. So imagine the rest of your life living in solitary confinement.
Yeah, because I could understand why, we're in the 21st century, times are different. The government doesn't deserve to, or a judge doesn't deserve to decide whether someone deserves to live or die. But at the same time, it's like, when you look at what these people do, and again, like you said, these people rot in jail and they figure out their mistakes a long time after. But at the moment, when you look at these people in jail, you're just like, you want them to die.
Yeah, like they don't deserve to live.
That's my whole reasoning of the death penalty. If they bring it back, that's great. If they don't, whatever.
Well, it's legal in Florida. Like right now, there's 5 cases that are capital murder, and one of them happens to be YMB Melly.
Are you serious?
They're trying to do capital murder on him.
How long? He's still in jail. Wow. I thought Wow, I forgot about that.
Yep.
But why is he getting for capital murder though? Is it because of the song that he did that long ago?
I mean, no,
It has to be because of something else at this point.
they use a song like as evidence, but I think there's like a law that passed that you can't use artists like songs and stuff like that to like go
There's
against.
a law that passed.
Yeah, something like that.
What the fuck is the government doing?
I
bro?
know, and then
what are we doing, dog?
he's in there for basically like shooting his best friend. It's like a long ass story, and then
Apparently it was an accident.
Yeah.
And da 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 da.
and then there was like then there's the side of saying like it wasn't him that shot. There was like a drive by, and he was just happened to be in the car. But then like when you look at the trajectory of the bullets are coming from the back seat, so it's like a whole mess.
I was gonna say, so your time that you spent with X, what type of person was he? Because I remember in the beginning,
Yeah.
and this is for everybody who obtains fame and fortune when they do music or anything. I remember at the beginning he was very, I guess we could say Tupac-ish, when he was like mean and he was this and
Yeah, he
that and a
wanted to
bad
be the
person.
villain.
Because, you know, when you get all that fame and money and you get all that attention, you sort of
Yeah.
just become that. But then I don't know if it was the hair color. When he changed the hair color, he just turned
Yeah.
into this whole different person. And it was Skins that came out, right? The black and white one.
Yeah.
When Skins came out and I heard that, I'm like, okay, so he was like trying to do rock, and then there was a charity event that he was trying to do to give away money.
Yeah, the Helping Hand
And
Foundation.
yeah, that's what he was doing.
So I knew him like way before like Look at Me came out. Like I knew him when he wasn't that big. So like I didn't know him like he's my best friend, but I knew him because of like shows I would throw or I would host shows and he would be there and he would like rile up the club. Like he had like a cult fan base and it was crazy. Like all these kids would go wild for him.
I mean, with the energy that he had.
Yeah, like his crowd control was out of this world. Like I don't know any other artist that can do it like he did.
I mean, for me, because I still watch him, when I see those live events and shows, I'm like, bro, if I was an artist, I'll be critiquing of how to copy this and get this same energy.
Yeah.
Like, can you imagine him, like, at the AAA, performing at the AAA?
Oh, he would sell it out.
You know what I mean? Like, imagine if he had that type of crowd control with that big of an audience at that time. Because, you know, I didn't see it. Sadly, we're not going to get to see it. But when he was in these small events, or what do you call it?
There were smaller events, like they were like just little events, like at a small venue.
Yeah, when you saw him at all these different venues, it would be not that big of an audience, but the whole audience was so into it that it just sounded like a whole stadium.
Yeah, no, he got everybody rowdy. There wasn't one person like. You go to shows sometimes and there's people like leaning on the wall or like not paying attention to the artist. Like, no, he had everybody like, and he made sure that he got everybody in the crowd up. Like, he was not going to have people sit back. And like it was just so crazy because it's just a bunch of sweaty ass kids like
just going wild and crazy.
Wild, like, and before, I think when Look at Me came out, and he performed it for the first time. This is before he had the half blonde and half black. Like he just had his regular hair.
Right.
And he performed it like it was wild because it's like this tiny ass venue that was out in Wynwood, and he would literally just pull up and like perform like on the top of his car, like no mic, no speakers, like type shit. He would do that, and it's like I don't know anybody else that could do that.
Definitely not me.
Yeah.
Everything happens in my room, not on top of a van.
Yeah, like he would turn the fuck up, like definitely.
And then he started a whole generation of these different artists that came out after.
Yeah, I feel like he was big on, like he made the SoundCloud like era.
Yeah, and you know, he took it to such a far level that, you know, when I look at it, I always talk about Florida rappers and how good they are. And then he sort of, I don't want to say put Florida on the map because, you know, I don't want to disrespect Rick Ross or DJ Khaled. But at the same time, it's like he put Florida on the map along with Kodak. Like he just made it made it bigger than what.
He put Florida on the map for underground.
Most definitely.
Yeah, because Rick Ross is like already big. Lil Wayne is like Lil Wayne is big, and he like I say Lil Wayne because even though he's from Louisiana, like he stays in Miami.
Yeah.
So I feel like he was a big part of that too. You feel me? And like Trick Daddy, like he's
He
old
already
school,
passed.
yeah.
He already surpassed his limit.
Yeah, exactly. But X definitely put on the underground scene, and that's when you started getting like all the little pumps, like the smoke perps.
The best one, Ski Mask of Some God. One of
Yeah.
the best.
Yeah.
The best to be out. Well, him, Denzel Curry.
Yeah,
Let Me
Denzel
Chill
Curry. Yeah, Denzel Curry's fired, but Ski Mask has a very unique style.
Oh
like,
yeah, his flow and the fact that he's able to make all these different freestyles and the way he raps and
one of a
woo!
kind. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Like sometimes I listen to his stuff, like when I hear new stuff, and it like gives me chills, like, cause I'm like, boy, he can rap fast.
Not only that, I remember one song that, since you talk about chills, I remember this one song that X made that it was talking about you know, doing all these different riots and pillaging all these different places and businesses, and he talked about it, how people shouldn't do that because they have their own problems. And then slowly after that song was released, we had, I think it was the stuff that happened with George Floyd in New Orleans, or it was the Black Lives Matter movement that happened when they burned down the police station.
Yeah.
And then they came down to Florida and they did the same thing with all these different businesses. When that happened, someone made that song go over all that. And I'm like, well, what song is this? And when I was looking at the song, it came out like a year or two ago.
Yeah, it's called Riot.
So I'm like, this man, yeah, that's the one. So this man predicted the fucking future. That's how good he was. And that's only one highlight of his whole career of what he was able to do with the mindset he had.
Yeah, definitely.
And I bow down to creativity like that. I wish I had that intuition to foresee the future like that. That's ridiculous, you know?
And it's crazy because a lot of his music, like, he even predicted his own death type shit. Because when you watch the music video, I forgot if it was Sad. No, it wasn't Sad. It was the one where he's like fighting his own old self.
Oh, I know, in the church.
In the church.
Funny thing is, that's actually the church my best friend goes, and I was like, oh, this is weird. I'm like, this man is really everywhere in Florida, dog.
Yeah. He was like, well, he had a fucking ankle bracelet on him. He couldn't really go nowhere.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, man.
For what majority of time?
Like, he had it for a minute because of his ex and all those allegations and stuff.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
And then he went to jail again. I remember he was going to jail again, and a fan was asking for a photo, and he took the photo. But he got out shortly after.
Yeah, he got out shortly after, but still, like, he spent the last months of his life with an ankle brace on him, and like confined to like having to like come home at a certain hour and shit. So it got to a point where he had to build his own studio in the house and stuff because he couldn't be out at a studio past a certain time and stuff like that.
Now, from you knowing him, and I'm guessing hanging out with him and seeing him, do you know what happened that made him like just sort of turn and switch something on, like, oh, I want to do good, or I want to do this now?
Yeah, I definitely feel like, and it happens with a lot of us, because I was the same way when I was younger. Like, I wanted to be the villain. Like, I wanted people to hate me. Like, I wanted to be like, I wanted all eyes on me, whether it was good attention or bad attention. And I feel like he was like, and he talked about it a lot, like, I want to touch like so many lives and stuff like that. So he was like, I can't play the villain no more. Like, I have to make sure that I'm these kids, because they're kids, they're literally like 12, 13, 14 years old.
Oh, he started realizing like, oh shit, these are the people that follow me.
Yeah, no,
let me switch that up real quick.
And it was like his age range was huge. Like, even people in their 30s were messing with him. Like, so definitely, I feel like what made him change was just the fact that he was like, okay, I'm tired of being this person. I'm tired of being angry. Like, I want to make a difference in the world. And I feel like he did impact a lot of people before he passed. So I feel like he fulfilled his purpose.
I mean, man, dude, did that guy make an impact? You know, and he gave us a son. He gave us his son, who, you know, I don't want him to, like, hopefully nobody like harasses him like, yo, bro, make music as good as your dad did. Like, hopefully nobody does that to him.
I don't think that's
He's
gonna
like
happen,
5 years old or like 4 years old, you know.
He's a baby. Yeah, I don't think they're.
But
I mean, if he wants to follow, that's up to him when he gets older. If he wants to follow his dad's
that would be
footsteps.
ridiculous. That's like Drake's kid following in his footsteps.
Yeah, exactly. So, but no, definitely. Like, I know they're gonna make sure that he knows who his dad is, like, forever.
Now, did X and the person that we were talking about earlier, did they ever meet at any point?
They actually met once or twice at a show.
Once or twice.
Yeah.
Damn, you hate to hear about it.
Yeah.
Oh, well. All right, so they met once or twice.
Yeah, definitely. They met once or twice, and again, that was before X was like big. So he was like at these small venues and stuff. So it was easy to interact with him and stuff like that. But man, if Awful was still alive, I'm sure they would have made a track. If they both were still alive, they would have made a track. Like,
I mean, I feel like, no, it's hard to say. I mean, again, I never heard this person's music, but, you know, the way you're describing him, he's so talented.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's like my cousin. I know how talented my cousin is, and now they're both the same age. Hopefully Justin doesn't pass away. He's not going to pass away.
No,
boy.
knock on wood.
No, he's not. He doesn't do anything bad. He just eats a lot.
He just eats a lot.
Yeah, he used to, back then, he's bigger now, but back then he used to drink a gallon of milk every day.
What the fuck?
And he said he likes 2% milk because the whole one is too thick.
Thick, yeah.
But that's what I like though. Like,
yeah,
I didn't think.
Nah, I'm not. I'm an oat milk kind of girl.
You know, my thing was when I first used to drink milk, I remember the red one was good and the blue one, I think my brother was fucking with me. He's like, "Oh, that's goat's milk," and I was like, "I never want to drink that blue shit ever in my life." And there was one time we had cereal, and that's all we had. We just had cereal, and we had the blue milk gallon. And I remember I was eating the cereal, and I was like, "Huh." I'll eat it. Huh. Like, that was the worst time. That and the time he got a Cocoa Puff, he put it in his mouth, he swirled it all around, then he dropped it in my cereal, and then he mixed it up. And
siblings are the worst.
And I was eating the cereal, and he's like, "Oh, I spat on your Cocoa Puffs and put it back in the cereal," and I was like, I literally got it and I just threw it at him.
Oh my god!
And then my mom.
I'm so glad I'm the older sister and like I never had.
Well, he's the younger brother. That's the thing.
Oh shit!
But that's like the only 2 times he got me like at the worst, cause I messed with him a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would tell people so many lies about him. Like, I ruined his. I remember we sort of had to like separate, like we could not interact with each other because he didn't want people to know we were brothers.
Why?
Because he knew that if people found out, I would talk a lot of shit about him.
Oh my god!
I would make up stories about him. I'll be like, yeah, my brother still wears tidy whities. He still goes to sleep with a nightlight on. Yeah, he's going out with this person, but he cheated on that girl, so now he's going out with this girl. Like, I would say awful things.
Oh my god!
I will fuck him up with a report card. Every time a report card came in, or a progress report, boom, we just got this. All of us got to say. Every kid in the school got this, including Joshua. Yo, Joshua, where's your report card? Oh, I didn't get it.
So flaw.
I'm like, bro, look at his book bag. Look at his book bag. And my dad would look in his book bag, bro. I would get him back so badly. So I'll take the 2% milk for about the 10-year lie in my life and the cereal that he spat on. So I'll take that because I messed his life up. Even now. No, not now.
Nah, my siblings like there's a 7-year gap between me and my middle brother, and then I have a 12-year-old one as well. So it's like
12-year-old.
Yeah.
Man, teach him the world.
Well,
teach him the world. The younger, the better.
He's autistic, but not like severely autistic. But
autistic people are smart as fuck.
But that's what I was gonna say. Like, this kid is so smart.
Like, I knew it. You see.
Yeah, like,
because every autistic kid, they have that one thing that they're so good at.
Bro, I think he's gonna be an engineer because he'll literally
no, that's like the best thing to become in this life.
He will find just random shit like pennies and sticks, and like he doesn't even play with like regular kid shit. He plays with he'll find random shit and just start like engineering. He's like, he'll build a whole ass out of like chopsticks and pennies and shit.
There was something recently that I read that, and there was a picture of an autistic dad that raised his son, and his son became a doctor. And I'm like, bro, this is proof. This is all the proof I need for everyone with autism.
They're super smart. Like, you can ask my brother like anything about any planet, and like he knows. Like, and we'll have this argument all the time. Like, I'm like, Pluto's a planet. He's like, no, it's a dwarf planet. I'm like, nah. I'm like,
hey yo.
I'm like, I don't care.
12 years old, telling me off. That's what I like. But that's good though. That's awesome.
Yeah. Nah, he's super smart. And then I have a 20-year-old brother, and now that he's 20, I'm 27. And it's like now we're closer, but like I used to fuck him up because like he would
gap.
He would just piss me off sometimes, man. I remember one time I kicked him so hard in the face, like he just started having a nosebleed, and my mom beat my ass, and then he bit me to the point where like he cut skin. It was like we would go at it, but now he's older and like he's in college and stuff, so it's like now we're tight.
I was gonna say, how did you get into all the tattoos? Cause
oh yeah, so I'm pretty much like not fully tatted, but it's like
you have the most red tattoos I've seen out of everybody that I know.
Yeah, I have red on this side and then blue on this side, and that just
so that's blue.
Yeah, that just kind of happened on its own. Like, this is the first blue one that I had gotten, and then this was the first red one I have gotten.
How long ago was that?
I'm 27 and I got it when I was like 18, so almost 10 years.
Oh, so it looks good.
Yeah.
Okay, I need to know about this because, I'm done.
Yeah.
Listen, after this whole fucking infection thing that I got with my back, I'm done. I have the least amount of tattoos out of all my friends. I have 2, but I have the biggest tattoos out of all my friends, which is just 1. So I'm done. I'm good. But... do you get you said he's 12 years old, right? So does he go to like public schools?
Yeah, he goes to a public school.
And do you take him by any chance?
No, I've taken him every now and again. He goes to a public school, and then they have him in a class with like other autistic kids, but it's like I tell my mom all the time, I'm like, I feel he should be more with the like general the kids, because like he's just like ADHD, like he literally knows.
That's sort of like a great.
Yeah, he knows
it's sort of
everything.
a cool thing to have though, ADHD.
Yeah, he knows everything, but it's like he just won't pay attention.
But I was gonna ask you, do you get? Because for me, I was talking to my grandparents about this, because we were talking about how they were making the Elvis movie and how he sort of started a whole generation of music.
Yeah.
And, I was telling them, how different things are when you look at people with tattoos and all that. And I just want to know, have you ever been anywhere and you gotten looks by someone or someone you might have known that like, I thought you were like this, but when I got to know you, you're such a nice person.
Yeah, definitely. Especially with like the skull and the face tat. Like, I get looks all the fucking time. And then since it says awful on my face, like it's
people don't know.
People are like, why would you get that on your face? And I'm like, don't worry about it. Like, I don't even go into it. Like, I don't even.
Did you ever have one of those old Hispanic people who just tell me,
my God. Grandmother, man.
Oh, man.
My grandma's like, why would you fuck up your life? This and that. Like, you have tattoos everywhere. Like, you should have just kept it to your arms. Like, when I got my face tatted, because I have one here too, but it's like a glow in the dark one.
That's dope.
Yeah, it's like a UV light one, so you can barely see it. But like when she can see it, and she's like, "Why would you do that? Like, your face is so pretty, and this and that, and no one's gonna accept you. You're not gonna find a job." And I was like, "I don't care." Like,
well, the thing is, I mean, for me, when you set up your life in a certain way, when you don't need to go to school or you don't need to work for a certain business, I think it's fine to me. And, that was a big thing for me when I was trying to do the police academy or the fire academy or state trooper. I remember when I was doing those things, when I was there for the open courses or whatever with all these kids, they want you clean shaven. They want your hair to be short. They want you to do this. They want you to do that.
But I see hella officers like yadded up.
But the thing is, my thing is when I saw that and I saw how they want me to be, I'm like, you guys want me to be a different person from what I am.
Yeah.
I don't want that for myself.
Yeah.
I don't want fuck a pension after 20 years.
Yeah.
Fuck getting paid $35 an hour. You know, fuck risking my life for me to be a different person that I'm not
Exactly.
for 8 hours, you know?
Yeah, of course.
Like, and it sucks because don't get me wrong, I would love to be a police officer because I do think I could make a difference because I'm not going to fucking, I'm not taking a man alive that they shot up a grocery store, all right? You know, no, fuck that. Because you know what's going to happen to someone like me if that person who shot up the grocery store is in that grocery store? They're going to shoot me up.
Yeah.
So if you think that I'm going to, yo, officer, I gave up, I'll be like, boom, 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 boom. Yo, he tried to shoot me, dog. I had to kill him.
Yeah, you
This gonna be on the record for everybody to hear. Like, hey, bro, don't hire me in police academy. I already made a decision.
I will kill the shooter.
Because, like...
He was wearing, like, armor, though, so...
He wasn't wearing armor?
No, he was wearing, like tactic force, like, army armor. Like,
amazing.
That's why they shot at the... I think he got shot at by the police that was on duty at the in Buffalo. And the bullets wouldn't penetrate. Because he was all geared up.
Bro, do you know who this guy is? Is he like X something? Or is he just a regular guy that's like, oh, I'm going to shoot up a grocery store full of black people or something?
That's it. Like, that was...
So he's just a dude?
He had a whole, like... I read something about... He had a whole 180-page manifesto about how he wanted to take back what was ours, as in white people. Yeah,
white people are from Britain. They're all British. All white people are British. They don't belong here. None of us belong here, technically. It's the natives that belong here.
Yeah, exactly.
If anything, when white people say this country's ours, it's like, no. You're British. Your country is across the sea.
Yeah, it's like exactly. You're from
I hate when they say that. Because for all uneducated people out there that are listening to this, when you hear someone like George Washington speak and you wonder why he had an English accent in movies, it's because he was from Britain. He was the first president. He was the first guy to be here. When Columbus came here...
I was going to say Columbus.
He's the one that discovered America, right? You know where Columbus is from? England.
Yeah.
Like, who do you think gave him the Mayflower? The Saint Maria, the painter. Like, Queen Elizabeth is like, yo, go find me some land. And, bro... Why are Africans called Africans? Because he was trying to find right? He was trying to find
I think he was trying to find India.
India. So that's why he called the Native Americans Indians.
Yeah.
So, oh my God, history is so annoying.
It's crazy because they don't teach us they don't teach us the right things. They just taught us like, oh, Christopher Columbus discovered America. Like, they don't say about all the fucked up shit that he did.
Like, I remember how, you know, my, she's not my niece, but she's like my niece. But she's my cousin. She's only like 5 years old. She's 7 now. But I remember she was telling me about Christopher Columbus and Independence Day and all these great days and how she colored the turkey and what happened. And I look at Thanksgiving, I'm like, I say in my head, I'm like, Jalen, this is a lie. Thanksgiving is not what you think. Thanksgiving was
I don't celebrate Thanksgiving. I don't celebrate 4th of July. Like, I don't celebrate any of that. Like, my family does. Like, they're Cuban. Like, I'm half Cuban, half Puerto Rican. So, like,
hey, me too.
For real?
Yeah, man. My grandfather came here on the Octagon blow up raft from Cuba. Grandma came on a plane. Good for her.
No, my grandma came on a plane, so they didn't have to do all that. Yeah,
bro. That man was out there for 7 days.
Goddamn.
7 fucking days, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I every time he tells me the fucking story, that makes me feel like, damn, I'm not doing shit with my life. I gotta.
Nah, they really.
He came all the way from like the ocean to get over here. Like,
they really did that. Like, after the whole, cause my grandma came before the whole like Fidel Castro shit, so it was like legal for them to come still.
Oh, so that's why my grandma got on the plane.
Yeah, they were able to fly over. So, and then my grandfather was a big like activist in Cuba, and he was like against Fidel.
That was my grandfather too.
So he was in and out of jail all the time. So he escaped jail, got on a plane with my grandmother, and they came over here. And it just started a life over here.
Yeah, my grandfather did the opposite. When he was against Fidel, they got worried about... By the way, my grandfather was like 12 years old when he started being an activist about this. He was with Fidel of overthrowing the government. overthrew the government. Then my grandfather heard about all the things he were doing. So transition 12 years old to 14 years old. He's against Fidel now. They get word of the school my grandfather goes to. And it was a middle school. And they burned down the middle school and they blame it on him.
Holy shit.
So it was him, his brother, and his cousin, or his other brother, that went on the raft. And that's how he escaped Cuba.
Wow.
Because they heard about a little 14-year-old boy that was against Fidel and how they were going to overthrow him.
That's crazy. At that age.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to tell you, man. And then it's crazy because when he got saved by the, I think it was a cargo ship or one of the oil ships, whatever. When they pulled him out, he told them, "Oh, if you save my life, I'll name my first son after you." And that's how I got my Uncle Frank.
Oh. Damn, that's crazy. So young, like.
Yeah, when I hear about that, I'm like, damn, bro, like this man did this shit at 14. Like I gotta do something for this man.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
Because so many things had to happen for me to be born. Like my grandma didn't know my grandfather, so they met here in Miami. Then my grandparents, they went to New York, and they were gonna stay in New York until something happened, and they moved here 4 years later.
Mm-hmm.
And then my dad didn't know English. My mom went to the same school as my dad. My dad was with all these girls. My mom was this guy. Like, and I'm just there looking from heaven, and I'm just like, oh shit, I'm not gonna. God, I don't know. Trust me, Fabian, you're gonna be born.
You're gonna.
I'm
be
like,
born.
bro, God, these two people aren't gonna. They're not gonna make me. They don't like each other, and somehow, some way, you know.
Here you are.
Yeah. So I'm like, I feel like I'm a miracle baby, and I was an accident too, you know. So
I feel you. I was an accident too. So I
was
like,
so when you hear about your origin and how your grandparents came up on both sides and how your parents came up on both sides and how you were born accidentally, at that point you're just like, damn, I gotta do some shit. Like, not on some X shit. I don't think I could do that. Well, maybe I could. I don't know, but like, I gotta do something in this life.
I feel you.
To
Sometimes
make it worse.
I'm like, what's my purpose? Like, what am I doing? Because I'm just the type of person where, like, it's not that I don't have any dreams or aspirations. I'm just kind of going with the flow, like, existing.
I just want to be successful.
Yeah.
That's my main goal, to blow up. No, but I do want to be successful, whatever it is. You know, that's why I try all these different outlets, whether it's Photoshop or editing on Premiere or doing.
You said something that, like, strike me, like, in one of, I don't know what episode it was, but you were like, everyone's an artist in their own way.
Absolutely. Everybody is an artist in their own way. They just have to figure out what they're good at, you know? Now, some people, I think, are talented at multiple things, but it's always in one aspect. Yeah. Like, this guy, what was his name again? Awful. He was like my cousin. He was musically... He was a musician that was multi-talented in that type of space, which is incredible. To freestyle for 35 minutes straight and be sober about it and, you know, just like, all right, on to the next one.
Exactly.
You know, the only person so far between you and Talissa that have told me who's actually put studio time in the studio time, you know, that's really amazing and kind of ridiculous with all those people, and he was the only one that was showing up and showing out.
Yeah, but one big thing I always tell people is, like, tell your rap homies if they can't rap, they can't rap.
I can't rap.
Yeah, like,
I can't
tell
rap.
your homies, look, this is not for you, bro. Like,
one of the great things but bad things, you know, I was a different person 4 years ago, but
we all were.
Yeah, but I made a song. It was a Christmas song with my cousin and my friends. It's really dumb. It's unreleased. And I said, oh, if I make a YouTube or whatever, I'll go ahead and release a song, which I did a year ago almost. And now we're here. So in July, I'm going to be throwing a party. By the way, this is the first time I talk about anything public, but I am going to throw a party in July. How? I don't know. It's going to happen, though. I promise you it's going to happen. But, you know, I just hate it. Because it's only an excuse for me to, like, have a party where close friends, not a public thing, 90 people max of just close, good people, because there's fucked up people and there's people I don't know that just ruin it for everybody.
Yeah.
The only thing I'm not looking forward to is the fact that I have to play the song. It's like, all right, guys,
This is it.
It's time to play the song. Like, the main purpose of the party is to hang out with all my friends, get messed up, dance,
Yeah.
do all this stuff.
And be around good people because, like, I don't know how many shows I've thrown. And it's just, there's always that one fuck-ass person that, like, ruins it.
I
Like,
can't
gets
do
into
that.
a fight, like, ruins the venue, like, gets too faded. Like, that's... Every time I throw a show, like, at a venue or something, there's always been, like, a fight that breaks out. And I'm like, oh, my God. Or there's some beef or there's some drama. Like, oh, my God. So many stories. Like, one girl got pistol whipped at one of my shows.
No.
Like, yeah.
No. Yeah, see, I don't have anything as intense as that. It's more like petty shit. Because we were still young and we just graduated high school. So it's like, oh, this person doesn't like that person doesn't like this person. And just recently now, you know, thankfully with this podcast, there's a lot of people that reach out that tell me something that happened 3 years ago when something happened to them with this person that I was close with at the time. And, you know, it just sucks hearing about it.
Yeah.
Because, again, my intention was to have fun with all my friends. I didn't know that my friends at the time were such terrible people behind my back. And they did so many fucked up things when a girl was messed up or she was tipsy. And it's like, hey, can you go ahead and take care of this girl for me? And then I expect them to take care of her, but he's trying to, like, make a move on her. It's like, bro, like, she's fucked up.
Yeah. No,
and then I don't hear about it until years later when people are like, hey, remember me? Yeah, like, I need to talk to you about something. Like, oh, yeah, this is how life has been going for me. But I just want you to know, like, during this part, your friend was doing this and this to me and nobody ever found out or no one believed me. Like, you know what that is?
Yeah.
That someone tells me that shit and I'm like, damn, like,
that makes you feel some type of way.
That makes me feel like fucked up because, again, that's not my intentions, you know.
Yeah.
With this, thankfully, you know, with this platform, I'm able to talk to people about real shit that's happened to them and talk about all these artists that nobody knows about so they can be known, so people can understand what goes through the process or what it was like befriending these people or hanging out with them or what they were like. I'm pretty sure there's plenty of people that throw dirt on your ex's name or this guy's name, or plenty of people that throw dirt on Alyssa's name, and, you know,
that's dirt on my name, like, oh my God.
Which, you know, again, unnecessary. There's no point of it. If you do that, you probably have a boring life. You know, I don't do that. I only do it to bad people, but it's not because I have a boring life. I do have a boring life, though. This is all I do. I do this. I go to the gym, and I go to sleep.
At least you're doing some shit. Like, there's people not doing anything with
their life. Some people go on IG, and they put subliminals out like, hey, bro, better stop talking shit, but they don't at nobody. Bro, I remember
that's my biggest thing. Like, if you're gonna don't do no subliminal shit. Like, if you got something to say,
just say it at me. I won't say anything back to you, I promise. I just want to know if it's at me.
No, if you're gonna at me, I'm gonna tell you what's up.
I'm not gonna tell you anything. You could say whatever you want to me. You be like, yo, Fabian, you're a fat ugly bitch. I'll be like, and then that's when I don't respond, and you see, like, and then that's when you make the other video like, look, you see, I told Fabian he's a fat bitch, and you didn't say nothing back, stupid fat bitch. And then when I see you on the street, then it's a different thing. Then that's when I pull my phone out and I record you. I'm like, do something, bitch. Do something. You don't do anything.
People have a lot of Twitter fingers, and that drives me crazy.
I love Twitter. Oh my God, I love Twitter.
Twitter fingers.
I talk so much. I say so many subliminal shit on there.
I don't have one for a good reason, because if half of the shit that people would be like posting, I'm just like, I can't with y'all.
The only thing is when when I say subliminals, everybody knows exactly who I'm talking about, and the other subliminals I put out, they're not anything to take serious. Like, if a girl tells me, oh yeah, I can't talk to you because I don't want to cheat on my boyfriend, I'll go on Twitter later that same night and be like, I don't want to cheat on my boyfriend, but you cheated on all the other 3 boyfriends you had, right? But you don't want to cheat with me? Like, what, I'm ugly? That's the type of subliminals I'll put on Twitter. Like, I don't take it serious, because when you go on Twitter, you can't take it serious, bro. Listen, after I saw all these OnlyFans things and all these fucked up dark humor things, and now recently shootings, killing people, like, the fact that Elon Musk bought Twitter, he's not gonna do a difference with all that shit.
Yeah, that shook me. I was like, holy fuck, he's taking over the world.
I just want. I don't know. I just hate how money's an influence. I would love to get a band or two from doing this. So not only to help me, but to help other people.
Mm-hmm.
Because people like Steve will do it, or Mr. Beast,
Yeah.
or any of these other people who donate to charity. I'm like, fuck a charity. Like, I'll go out on the street. I'll fucking pave the way for Opalaka and make my way through. They just closed down the flea market.
I saw that.
I
bro.
would love to build a community inside that little space right there. That would be dope. I don't know what I would build, but it would
That's
be
such
something.
a legendary like flea market. I was so sad.
It is what it is. 40 years. Gentrification is real.
Yeah, no, it's definitely because like Wynwood. I remember like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I remember that when I was younger, my grandma would be like, "No, you can't go to that area." Da, 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 da.
Yeah, yeah.
And now it's
yeah.
like, but still in Wynwood, like you cross one more street, you're in the hood. Like
Straight up.
there's still crackheads on the street and
And
stuff.
and it sucks because you look at the housing there. The housing is even worse than Hialeah, man. Because it's in downtown. It's by the beach. Everything's there. It's like, bro, this is the ghetto, dog. Like,
It's still the ghetto. It's still the
it's
ghetto.
worse than Opalaka. Okay, I lived here. I've been in Woodwood for I've been there 50 times. I lived in Opalaka my whole life. It's worse than Opalaka. Like,
You lived in Opalaka your whole life.
yeah, I love it here. I love it here because it's nice and ghetto. It's
I
chill.
was gonna say I love it. It's like the hood.
Everybody knows how to drive. Does everybody drive crazy and race shirt? Yes, but all these people know how to drive, unlike people in Hialeah, where both of my accidents happen. I don't have to go to House of Horrors if I want to have a crazy night. I just have to go outside my street with no phone and just walk around the block.
That's facts.
Yeah, it's scary. It's free 99.
I was raised in Westchester, which is like right next to Kendall, and I hate saying that I live in Kendall. Like I don't want to rep Kendall whatsoever.
Is that bad? The people there?
It's just like people like Kendall for me is just like they're not bougie, but they think they are.
Oh, those are like the Pembroke Pines people.
Yeah, type
Shout out
shit.
to Andrea and Arturo. Fucking Pembroke Pines
Yeah,
people.
no. And then Westchester is like it was like a little town, like it's all Cubans, like there's like a carreta, there's like everything that's like Cuban related, there's a Sedanos, like, and even that area now is getting gentrified, like they're building new buildings, and it's like I grew up there, like, and it's like I pass by now, nothing like it was when I was a kid. Like there used to be trailer homes and shit that's not there no more. It's
I want to know where those people are at. Because to me, I would love to help my community. I don't want to get rid of the people that are here. Like, I think my biggest dream, even though it's not that big of a dream, would probably be I would love to put solar panels on every single house in Opalaka. I feel like that would be
hilarious.
I feel like that would be such a flex. Is I'll be known for the guy who put solar panels on everybody's fucking roof of Opalaka,
all these broken down ass houses.
And plus it's cool because the electricity bill will go reverse and the government will pay you. So imagine a whole city getting paid by the government because the electricity is
yeah.
Can you imagine Biden saying in the office oh shit, I made gas go up at this guy in Opalaka. He's making us use our taxes to pay his whole community.
I
it's
can't
yes,
with these
bitch.
gas prices, bro.
Yo, bro. They said $6 by August.
Nah.
Moneybag Joe, man. It sucks because I want Trump back, but the thing is, it's only for gas. It's only for gas and another stimulus check. If he can make that happen. I'm pretty sure he can make that happen. But, bro, Biden was a good elect. He was a good election, but then when the gas prices went up, it's like, bro, what the fuck we doing? And then the whole war on Russia, it's like, bro, you're looking weak, Joe. But then you
I feel like he's not really doing shit. I feel like he's just like the puppet.
Yeah, because, you have people like Joe who wants to do everything right, but it fucks up the economy. Then you have Trump who does everything wrong, but he makes the economy better, you know?
I'm not obviously not a big supporter of Trump, but when he was president,
he was doing it.
Yeah.
He was doing it. Did he do it in a proper way? No. Did he do it though? Yes. Joe though, god damn it, should have got Camilla. Should have just switched. Just let him be vice president again and let Camilla just take over. Because she'll probably actually do a good job.
She probably would, yeah.
But I can't wait for that next election, though. That's, oh my God.
I wonder what the fuck is it.
I hate politicians, but let me tell you, when America goes to war on voting. It is the funniest shit ever.
I'm registered to vote, and I didn't vote for when it was Hillary versus Trump.
One election.
I wrote in Waka Flocka Flame on my fucking ballot, and I sent it in, bro. And then people were voting for Kanye. Kanye got a good amount of votes.
He got like 15%, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, like I don't know if I want Kanye for president.
Nah, he should stay in his lane. He's
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Richest black person in the world right now. That's all he needs. He's good.
Yeah, he's good. I don't know if I want him for president.
Nah, not Yeezus. I'm good. All right, cool. Well, with that being said, after that short little cut with the camera so I could reset so we could do the outro, Cosmic, it was awesome to have you here.
Thank you.
Hopefully I didn't take too much of your time and you actually enjoyed it.
I had a great time. I'm so happy. I was so excited to be on the podcast. It's my first one, and it was awesome.
I mean, I hope it was a good experience, nice and calm, quiet, just two people having a conversation.
Yeah, no, you're great, like, at what you do.
I try to be. I really try to be. You
can keep a conversation, which is important when you're doing podcasts and interviewing people.
Well, I got to, like the only thing I don't like about this is just I have to be out there more and be an influencer, and so I can gain more popularity. So I gain more money from this. So when I gain more money from this, I can give out money. Make sure you watch it so I can give out money. Make sure to highlight that. But, like I said, I love doing this. If I can make a whole bunch of money from doing this, I would love to. And if I can give back to my friends, my family, my community, that's my biggest goal.
That's beautiful. That's a beautiful goal.
Thank to X for inspiring me, and Steve will do it, and Elon Musk, and who's the other guy from Amazon?
Jeff Bezos?
Fuck that guy. Fuck that guy. He doesn't do shit. I haven't seen him donate or anything. What the fuck is that? But with that being said, this is Cosmic. Cosmic, if you got anything to say, where they can follow you and reach you.
Yeah, of course. Follow me on IG. It's Cosmic, CosmiCCGEE, Cosmic G. And make sure to follow Killawful as well, and listen to his music on SoundCloud, soundcloud.com/Killawful.
And if you guys have a hard time trying to find it, I'll definitely leave a link in the bottom so you guys can go ahead and find it, copy and paste it, and go ahead and check out that music. And with that being said, that's episode 6, Fabian'sroom. Peace out.